Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life will knock you down. That's a guarantee. You're going to have days when you feel lost, like nothing is working, like you've been stuck in the same place for too long. But let me ask you, are you going to stay down or are you going to get back up? See, too many people get caught up in their past mistakes. They keep looking back at what went wrong, who left them, what they lost. But here's the truth. Your past does not have permission to control your future unless you let it. Some of y'all need a reset. You've been running on empty, stuck in the same cycle, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It's time to reset your mind. Get rid of the doubt, the fear, the excuses. Let go of the pain that's been holding you back. You can't drive forward looking in the rearview mirror. Others, you need a restart. You've been playing small, afraid to take the next step. Maybe life knocked you down so hard you thought you couldn't get back up. But listen to me. Failure is not final unless you quit. Every successful person you admire has failed. Every single one. But they got back up, dusted themselves off, and restarted. And so can you. And some of y'all, you just need to refocus. You started strong, but somewhere along the way, you got distracted. You let the negativity in. You let doubt creep in. You forgot why you started in the first place. Get your focus back. The dream is still alive, but it needs you to show up. Let me tell you something. God didn't bring you this far to leave you. If you still have breath in your lungs, that means He's not done with you yet. So today, I challenge you, reset your thinking. Your past does not define your future. Too many people live their lives chained to mistakes they've made, things they've lost, and opportunities they think will never come again. They walk around carrying guilt, regret, and fear, as if the things they've done or the failures they've experienced have written the final chapter of their story. But that's not how life works. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. It's something you learn from, not something you stay stuck in. Think about it. Some of the most successful people in the world have failed more times than they can count. They've made bad choices, lost money, trusted the wrong people, and even hit rock bottom. But they didn't let those moments define them. They didn't let a bad season turn into a bad life. Instead, they took what they learned, got back up, and moved forward. The key is understanding that your past only holds the power you give it. If you let it keep you in a place of doubt and fear, then you'll never step into the life you were meant to live. But if you choose to take control, to use your past as fuel instead of an anchor, then nothing can stop you. Every single person has a story. Some people grew up in hardship, surrounded by struggle, never believing they could be more than what they saw. Others made bad choices along the way, choices they wish they could take back. Some have been hurt, betrayed, or broken by people they trusted. No matter what your past looks like, it does not get to decide where you go from here. You do. You have the power to rewrite your story at any moment. You don't have to be the person you were yesterday. You don't have to repeat the same cycles. You don't have to carry the weight of your mistakes. Too often, people wait for permission to move on, as if they need someone to tell them it's okay to start over. But nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake up one day and say, now you're free. You have to give yourself that permission. You have to decide that today is the day you stop looking backward and start moving forward. The past is over. The only thing that matters is what you do next. People will try to remind you of who you used to be. They'll bring up your failures, your shortcomings, and all the ways you've fallen short. But let them talk. That's not who you are anymore. You are not your mistakes. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are whoever you decide to become, starting right now. And the moment you truly believe that, your whole life will change. Failure is a lesson, not a label. Too often, people let their failures define them. They treat setbacks as permanent marks on their identity, as if one mistake, one wrong decision, or one missed opportunity means they are destined to be stuck forever. But failure is not who you are. It's simply something that happens on the road to success. Every great person, every successful leader, every champion in any field has failed at some point. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not the absence of failure, it's what they choose to do with it. Failure is a teacher. It reveals weaknesses, exposes flaws, and highlights areas that need improvement. It's not there to break you, it's there to build you. But many people don't see it that way. They take failure personally. They internalize it, believing that because they failed, they are failures. This mindset is what stops people from reaching their true potential. They let fear of failure keep them from trying again. They let embarrassment hold them back from stepping up. But the truth is, failure only becomes permanent if you stop learning from it and let it define you. Think about a child learning to walk. A baby doesn't take one step, fall, and decide never to try again. They fall over and over, but each time they get up, they get stronger. They adjust, they learn, and eventually they walk. Adults aren't any different. The only reason some people succeed while others give up is because the successful ones refuse to let failure be the final chapter. They see it as a lesson, not a life sentence. Some of the most accomplished people in history have failed repeatedly before reaching success. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These people didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. They used every setback as a stepping stone to come back better. Failure is an invitation to grow. It forces you to ask hard questions. What went wrong? What can I do differently? How can I improve? It makes you reflect, adjust, and develop resilience. Without failure, there is no growth. If you're not failing at something, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Playing it safe, avoiding risk, and staying in your comfort zone might protect you from failure, but it will also keep you from success. The way you view failure determines how far you'll go in life. If you see it as a dead end, you'll stop. But if you see it as a detour, you'll keep moving. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every no is one step closer to a yes. Every time you stumble, you're given a chance to rise stronger. You have to decide, will you let failure stop you, or will you let it shape you into the person you were meant to become? Your mindset shapes your reality. The way you think, the beliefs you hold, and the perspective you choose to adopt have the power to determine the course of your life. Everything you experience, your successes, your failures, your opportunities, and even your struggles, is filtered through the lens of your mindset. If you believe the world is full of problems, you'll see obstacles everywhere. If you believe life is full of possibilities, you'll see opportunities in even the most difficult situations. The truth is, what you focus on grows. If you spend your time focusing on your struggles, your limitations, and all the reasons why something won't work, those thoughts will consume you. You'll find yourself stuck, feeling like nothing ever goes your way and blaming circumstances or other people for your lack of progress. But if you shift your focus to solutions, to possibilities, to the idea that success is still within your reach, you'll start to see new doors open. You'll notice opportunities you once overlooked, and you'll develop the courage to take steps forward. Your mind is incredibly powerful. It listens to what you tell it. If you keep saying, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed, your brain will start to believe those words and act accordingly. But if you start saying, I can figure this out, I have what it takes, and I will succeed, you train your mind to work in your favor. Instead of seeing roadblocks, you start seeing ways around them. Instead of feeling defeated by challenges, you begin to embrace them as stepping stones. Successful people aren't successful because they never face challenges. They're successful because they train their minds to focus on solutions instead of problems. Every great athlete, entrepreneur, artist, or leader had moments where things didn't go their way. They had failures, rejections, and disappointments. The difference is they refused to let their setbacks define them. They didn't dwell on what went wrong. They didn't allow negative thoughts to take over. They focused on their goals, their vision, and the belief that if they kept going, success was inevitable. Your mindset isn't just about motivation. It directly affects your actions. If you believe you're capable, you'll take risks, push yourself harder, and stay committed even when things get tough. If you believe you're destined to fail, you'll hesitate, procrastinate, and eventually give up. The choice is always yours. One of the most important shifts you can make in life is choosing to focus on what you want, not on what you fear. If you focus on the fear of failure, you'll never take the leap. If you focus on the fear of rejection, you'll never put yourself out there. But if you focus on your goals, on the vision of where you want to be, on the success you know is possible, then no challenge, no setback, and no obstacle will be able to stop you. Your thoughts create your reality. If you want to change your life, start by changing your mind. Discipline and faith go hand in hand. Success is not just about talent, luck, or opportunity. It's about showing up every single day and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's about staying committed to your goals, even when progress is slow and obstacles seem overwhelming. But discipline alone is not enough. You also need faith. You need to believe deep down that what you're working toward is possible, even if you can't see the results yet. Without discipline, your dreams remain just that, dreams. Without faith, your discipline becomes empty effort. True success comes when these two forces work together. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. Motivation is great, but it's temporary. It comes and goes based on how you feel. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you on track when you're tired, frustrated, or discouraged. It's waking up early to put in the extra work. It's sticking to your commitments even when nobody's watching. It's doing what needs to be done, not just what feels good in the moment. Discipline is about creating habits that push you towards success day after day, whether you feel like it or not. But here's the thing. Discipline alone can feel like a grind if you don't have faith backing it up. If you don't truly believe that your hard work will pay off, you'll burn out, you'll start questioning why you're even putting in the effort. That's why faith is just as important as discipline. Faith is what keeps you going when nothing seems to be working. It's believing in the vision before it becomes reality. It's trusting that the seed you're planting today will grow into something great, even if you can't see the harvest yet. Every successful person you admire had moments when they could have given up. They faced failures, setbacks, and disappointments. But they didn't stop because they had faith that their work would eventually pay off. They stayed disciplined even when success seemed out of reach. They understood that real progress isn't always visible right away. Sometimes it's happening behind the scenes, building up momentum until the breakthrough finally comes. Faith also gives you resilience. When you truly believe that success is possible, you're less likely to let failure break you. You see setbacks as temporary, not permanent. You understand that every challenge is part of the journey, not the end of it. Faith allows you to take risks, step outside your comfort zone, and keep going even when things don't go as planned. The combination of discipline and faith is unstoppable. Discipline ensures that you're consistently putting in the work, while faith keeps your vision alive even when the results take time. You can't have one without the other. If you have discipline but no faith, you'll work hard but feel drained and discouraged. If you have faith but no discipline, you'll dream big but never take the necessary action. Success requires both. It's never too late to become who you were meant to be. Too many people believe that because they've made mistakes, missed opportunities, or waited too long, their dreams are no longer possible. They convince themselves that they're too old, too behind, or too stuck in their ways to change. But the truth is, as long as you are alive, as long as you have breath in your lungs, you have the power to reset, restart, and refocus. Your past does not define you. Your current circumstances do not limit you. The only thing that truly holds you back is the belief that it's too late. History is full of people who prove that transformation has no deadline. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was in his 60s. Vera Wang designed her first wedding dress at 40. Morgan Freeman didn't become a well-known actor until his 50s. These people didn't let time stop them. They didn't dwell on what they could have done earlier. Instead, they made the decision to start where they were and go after the life they wanted. The same opportunity is available to you, no matter your age, background, or past choices. What often holds people back is the feeling that they've wasted too much time. They look back at all the years they could have spent working on their dreams, improving themselves, or taking risks, and they feel discouraged. But focusing on the past won't change it. What matters is what you do with the time you have left. Whether you have 5 years or 50 years ahead of you, the only way to create a life you're proud of is to start now. Regret is a heavy burden to carry, but the good news is that you don't have to carry it. You can choose to take action today and rewrite your story. Some people feel trapped by their circumstance. They think that because they come from a certain background, because they lack resources, or because they've faced hardships, they can't change their future. But circumstances are not a life sentence. People rise from poverty, from broken homes, from failures and disappointments every single day. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who rise is the decision to believe in something greater than their current reality. The moment you decide that you are not a victim of your past, that you have the power to shape your own destiny, everything begins to shift. Becoming who you were meant to be requires courage. It means letting go of old identities that no longer serve you. It means being willing to start fresh, to embrace discomfort, and to take risks. It means refusing to let society, other people, or even your own self-doubt tell you that your time has passed. Growth has no expiration date. Reinvention is always possible. The only question is, will you choose to step into your potential, or will you let excuses keep you where you are? The answer is up to you.